What's going on, everyone? Welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and it is an absolutely monumental game for us this Wednesday evening against Besiktas in the second leg of the UEFA Champions League qualifying stage. First leg, of course, ended in a 0-0 draw, one of the most open games we've probably seen from Arsenal this season, but yet again, not a very convincing performance. And the thing is, this season, although we're only 3 games in, theoretically, playing those 2 games in the Premier League and the first leg of the Champions League qualifying game, Arsenal are yet to have a truly convincing performance. Yeah, in a sense, we're getting the right kind of results. We've already picked up 4 points out of 6 in the Premier League against what I would regard as very tough opposition. And getting a 0-0 draw against Besiktas last week, arguably, it is a good result, but it's not one I'm happy with. I'd have been a lot happier. Arsenal going to Besiktas, a team that aren't the most renowned around the world. I would have expected us to at least get a win there, but unfortunately it wasn't to be, and we're going to the Emirates in a one-off game where Besiktas certainly are going into it with absolutely nothing to lose, absolutely no expectation on them. So I'm guessing they're going to play to an even better ability than they did in that previous game, where again they played like they didn't really have much to play for. And of course, all the pressure on us because we can't concede in this one. If we concede, we're in big trouble. We're going to have to score 2 goals if that is the case. But you know, it's going to be really interesting for Arsenal because, of course, we are without Olivier Giroud, and I'll get onto that right away, quite frankly, because it is the biggest piece of news. In Wenger's press conference this morning, he did rule him out for what could be up to 3 months, which really is a big blow for us. You know, there's no getting around it, there's no getting away from it. In fact, it is a huge loss to us, and although people have been saying this is a blessing in disguise, I don't see any logic behind that whatsoever. Because what if Wenger doesn't bring in a striker? Then we're absolutely sunk for 3 months. Arguably, players like Walcott, Sanchez can all fit in there. But from what I've seen and Podolski as well, people have been saying that Podolski could fill in there because, of course, he's back in the team after rumours that he could be departing the club. He's back in the squad for this one. Podolski, I seem to remember when he played for us as a striker against Cardiff last season, and he was absent for the best part of 90 minutes, and he was subbed off for Bentner, who ironically came on and scored a goal in that game. And then Alexis Sanchez, who played 45 minutes at Everton. The problem with Sanchez was, although I incredibly admire that he's up there up top on his own, it does look incredibly good on paper when you've got him there, and then Ozil and Chamberlain and Cazorla, etc. all around him. It looks amazing on paper. But the problem was, and they said it better on Match of the Day than I ever could, but he tracks back so much, and there are times when you're seeing him chasing the ball all the way back into our own half. Our wide players such as Debussy, Chamberlain are getting the ball, they're putting it into the box, and there's no one there. And that's where we need Giroud. And the problem with missing Giroud is we haven't got a target man in the box, and we've got very little height going for us up top, which predominantly is going to be an issue in this one, because I'm guessing that our play is going to be incredibly narrow. We're going to be seeing a lot of tiki-taka football, which is incredibly attractive, but against a team like Besiktas, is it going to work to our advantage? At home, it may well do, and you know, it is going to be incredibly difficult this game. I'm expecting to see a lot from Besiktas. Of course, I've pointed out their danger men in the preview for the game last week. But of course, Demba Ba, we saw how good he was for them last week. Ozyakup as well, absolutely fantastic for them. He's going to be out to make a statement against his former employers. So it's going to be an incredibly open game. But it's one that we've got to win. Absolutely no excuses. We've got to be getting the win in this one. It's going to be incredibly difficult without Giroud. I think we're going to have to revert our system somehow. Team lineup, got to put a lot of thought into this one really. I'll go with Szczesny in goal, and then probably at the back four, I would want to see Mertesacker and Koscielny form their partnership together. So Debussy, Mertesacker, Koscielny, and then Monreal. And in that centre defensive midfield role, bit controversial perhaps, but I'm going to go with Callum Chambers in there simply because I think he's been outstanding the previous games. I don't want to see him dropped. I didn't think Flamini was all that convincing in that game against Everton. And I just want to see how Chambers is going to do in this kind of game with that kind of intensity and pressure upon him. On the right-hand side, I guess I'd go with Alexis Sanchez. Of course, we're without Aaron Ramsey for this game, which is going to be a bit of a blow to us, but hopefully we can cope without him. So in that pivot role behind the striker, I would go with Jack Wilshere and Mesut Ozil. I'm hoping that these two will combine really well together, with Jack performing that more box-to-box midfield role, whereas Ozil will sit back behind the striker and do the creative stuff that will hopefully make him flourish. And on the left-hand side, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And up top, I'm going to go with Joel Campbell, because I, quite frankly, can't see anyone else in there that can do a job apart from Yaya Sanogo, but is he back in the team or not? Because that's not really been confirmed to us as of late, and we do know that he was injured for the game last week. As well as that, there has been rumours that Diaby could be back in the team. Of course, he's been pictured in training. Whether he'll make it into the squad or not, who knows, but it would be a bit of a morale boost to get him in and around the team, because we know what a quality player he could be when he stays fit, if he stays fit I should probably say. But this is going to be a really entertaining game. A lot of pressure on us for this one. Just important the boys go out there, do what's required of them, and hopefully we'll be in the Champions League group stage. Anyway guys, if you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like rating, subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV as well as my own channel, AFC Game by Game, and as always, thanks for watching guys.